When Geraldine and I tell our girls about growing up in the 80s and 90s, it's like talking about a whole different planet.
We used to play outside till the street lights came on.
We drank straight out of the water hose, ran everywhere, explored, got lost, got hurt, busted our knees, our heads, and our butts. Nobody knew where we were, what we were doing, or who we were with.
I'm Chris Jones. I'm a rocket scientist, a minister, and a girl dad. And I have a theory about why childhood and everything else feels different now. Because gravity hasn't changed, but the price of a trip to the hospital has.
Blue jeans, Jordans, gas, groceries, and health insurance.
Everything is more expensive, and it's scaring us out of risk, innovation, and the joy of life itself. It was more affordable to fall, to fail, to get back up. And our parents trusted America enough to let us run free. Bankruptcy was for gamblers and crooked real estate developers, not middle-class families, not teachers, not cancer patients.
I'm running for Congress because the fall of the American working class wasn't an accident. It was a political decision. Meet my congressman, French Hill, the most powerful banker in America.
He's my opponent, but he's your problem too. He chairs the Financial Services Committee and fights anything that looks like consumer protection. The law to limit overdraft fees to $5.
This is a change that could save American households $5 billion in overdraft charges every year.
French Hill killed it. Yep, they even found a way to make being broke more expensive.
If there's anybody who's gotta go, it's him. I'm blessed. I studied hard, earned 2 degrees from Morehouse College, then 2 masters and a PhD from MIT. I married my best friend, who's a combat veteran and an ER doctor. God gave us 3 beautiful daughters, and along that journey, I earned the votes of 319,000 Arkansans who believe we deserve better. I have good news for you. You can still go outside till the street lights come on. We call it organizing. Just you and a few friends fighting for your freedom, standing up for each other. We have 12 months to win this election.
We have a poll that makes this a 1-point race and a grassroots organization that has been growing for 3.5 years.
This district is full of fighters. We're doing the hard work, and we need you to join us.
It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Showtime, Geno Jones, showtime. I am here. I am live. It is Monday. I hope you had a magnificent Monday. If you didn't, we're going to make it a magnificent Monday here at the end. All right, 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 6:30 Central Time, Chicago. Chi-Town, stand up. I see you. South Side, West Side. You know how we get down. Everybody on Central Time, from Minneapolis to Milwaukee to Memphis, Tennessee, down there in Jackson, Mississippi, New Orleans, Little Rock, Arkansas, Dallas and Houston, Texas. Everybody stand up. Live in Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and everybody on the West Coast, including Seattle and Portland, Oregon. 4:30 in the afternoon. All right, everybody from the door up top, I need you to do me a big favor right now. Do not forget, do it right now. Click on the thumbs up button. Like this episode, like this channel, like this show, share. That means copy and paste the link in an email and a text message. Copy and paste it anywhere you want to, on your forehead, butt cheeks, on your belly button, on your neck, your navel, eyelids, wherever. It's all good. Like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. And please support our channel. We'd love to have you a sponsor. And just to contribute financially, you can do it via Zelle and Cash App. Zelle, just use my email address, Geno Jones Show. If you want to be a sponsor, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. That's Geno Jones Show, all one word, no the, at Gmail. If you want to be a sponsor or just support my media company and my show financially, or you can do it Cash App. That's $Dad G Jones, all one word, $Dad G Jones. All right, I'll give you that information. Get at the end of the show. All right, I got a guest returning. He's part of the Geno Jones Show family. He is the chairman of the Charleston County Democratic Party, Pastor Thomas Dixon. You'll see him with his legendary, iconic, traditional red scarf there. He will be on, listen, We got to keep this momentum going and keep this energy going, because there's a choice between humanity and hate. So you're going to choose one, whether you want to or not. Your actions and your behavior will determine if you lean into humanity or hate. It's that simple. But today, August 3rd, Monday, shout out to my Leos. Leos, stand up. Leos, the lions. The lions. Strutting through, prancing, walking through the jungle. All right, Leos, you're doing your thing. Happy birthday to Deidre Roper. Like Deidre, who's that sister? She got the they got the hair salon where they braid hair detail cars and sell weed in the back. No, not that Deidre. That's a different Deidre. DJ Spinderella from Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper. That's tour is still going on, I do believe. DJ Spinderella double nickel today, 55, and Michael Ealy. You know, ladies, y'all love me with the little light eyes, green eyes, whatever. He was in the first Barbershop movie. He was in Too Fast, Too Furious. He's been in some other movies too. Michael Ealy's 53 today. All right, before I bring my guest on, tomorrow's a big day because every Tuesday is election day somewhere. You got primaries, you got special elections and everything going on. Everybody's got their eye on the state of Michigan. All right, there's a big Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate. So we'll cover some of that tomorrow. But election day here in South Carolina, I have a date. I want you to go ahead and put it on your calendar. So if you got the calendar on the phone like I had to, grab your phone, put it on your calendar. Or if you know you old school, you got the planner, or you got a calendar on your wall. I want you to put this date. I want you to write it down. However you want to do it, get a Sharpie or magic marker, write this date down. October 19th. October 19th. October 19th is election day in South Carolina. Now, I know you're saying, but wait a minute, Geno, I thought you said election day was November 3rd. Election day ends November 3rd. But election day is October 19th, because October 19th is the first day of early voting. So we're not going to show up on CP time, because it's going to be all kind of chicanery and skullduggery and tricks and banana in the tailpipe, and there ain't no telling. It's going to be a whole lot of funny business going on to keep you, to distract you, to try to intimidate you from showing up for yourself, your family, your community, your culture, just each other. All right, but we're not having that. We're not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe. So that's why I'm telling you now, and I will tell you probably almost daily, that election day in South Carolina is October 19th. Election day ends in South Carolina on November 3rd. So the day you need to remember is October 19th. So if you got a personal day, vacation day, you got a comp day, whatever kind of day, switch a day, half a day, but you need to make plans now. You know, rent party buses, churches, y'all need to go ahead and figure out who's gonna drive the buses, the church buses. Folks need to show up like y'all showed up at the Essence Festival. You know, make it a voting day and a spa day, ladies, or whatever. You know, voting day and hit the cigar bar, whatever you're into, it needs to start October 19th here in South Carolina. That is election day. Because, ask yourself this question as I get ready to bring on my guest. Because you're going to hear a lot of stuff about, communism and socialism and, you're going to be like Russia and they're going to ration, dry bread and dried out cheese. No, okay. First of all, so when you hear people try to say, socialism is going to be, it's going to be horrible and nobody will be able to own a business, which is bullshit. So let me just give you an idea real quick. Not even an idea. Let me give you an example of real life socialism that exists in everybody's life. including yours. Every day. It's been happening for decades. How many of you all take the interstate to go to work? Wherever you live. You know, we got 26 here. We got, and then you go up about 100 miles. You get to I-20. Actually, less than that. You probably go about 40 miles, and you hit I-95. You know, Chicago got I-94. 95 will take you from Florida all the way up to Maine, through New York and New Jersey, and through the Carolinas, through D.C., through Philly, all of that, to Boston, to Maine. Now, I-10 will take you all the way. That's the interstate. Interstate 10 will take you all the way from Florida through Texas to Los Angeles. That one interstate, I-10, literally will take you across the country. I-55 will take you from Chicago all the way through St. Louis, past Memphis, Jackson, Mississippi, all the way to New Orleans. So the point I'm trying, I-5 will take you from San Diego all the way up to Seattle. So the point I'm trying to make, the interstate highway was created by the government. It's a form of socialism. Have you ever used public Wi-Fi? Have you ever used a public library? Have you ever taken your kids or grandchildren or yourself to a public park and sat down and had a picnic, or got on the swings, or you went to a public park in Chicago, Grant Park, they had Lollapalooza, Central Park. Back in the day, they had Jay-Z, they had Diamond. Did you go there in New York? Whatever public park in your city? Oh, socialism. You know anybody, Social Security? The word social is in Social Security. Medicare, Medicaid, free child care, public libraries. I could go on, and all a form of socialism that everybody enjoys, not all at the same time. We have all enjoyed and still enjoy to this day all these forms of socialism. But you didn't know that, did you? Because you can have elements of socialism in what people call a democracy. And is this really a democracy? Because you got billionaires that's controlled. But I digress. But I just wanted to put that up there. So before I bring on Pastor Dixon, this is what I want to ask you. When you remember that Election Day begins on October 19th. Can you afford your rent? Can you afford to buy a house? Can you afford health insurance? If you had Obamacare, your premiums went up from maybe $200 a month to $900 a month, or from $300 a month to $1,300 a month? Can you even afford your health insurance? Do you even you or your family, do you all have health insurance at all? How's that gas working out for you? Yeah. How's that for, if you got 93 octane in your car, that's what, about $5? And for the truckers with diesel, you're paying damn near, well, in some cases, well over $6 a gallon. Can you afford the gas in your car? Can you afford the groceries? Everything has gone up. It ain't just chicken or beef or egg. Is it like everything? My catfish has gone up like $2 a pound. I'm like, what are we doing here? Can you afford groceries? Can you afford that light bill, that energy bill? Can you afford your medicine? In the meantime, this criminal enterprise has spent over $100 million on the Iraq War. Think about $100 million since the end of February. All of March, April, May, June, July. 5 full months, going to 6th month now. Over $100 million. How many people could get health care? All that they claimed they couldn't afford. You know, they took away the like tax credits or the Obama subsidies. Guess where? Now you know where it went. For bombing Iran. And we're still here. So just ask yourself those questions, and remember that Election Day in South Carolina is October 19th, and Election Day ends in South Carolina November 3rd. Ladies and gentlemen, social justice warrior, man of God, pastor, just such an important person, especially in our community here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro area. He is the chairman of the Charleston County, South Carolina Democratic Party. There he is with the trademark. Got that trademark? There you go, boy. Got that trademark, red scarf. Pastor Thomas Dixon, welcome back to the show. Pastor, thank you, man. Thank you for sitting through the monologue. I just wanted to, because there's a lot of distraction and confusion, scare tactics. It's communism and socialism. And first of all, these people don't know. They don't know the difference. They really don't know what any of it is, and they don't realize there's different forms of all these different ideologies. If you're looking for a better choice of words, and the truth is, what you need to be asking yourself, like I said. Can you afford health insurance? Do you even have it? Can you afford rent? Can you even afford to try to buy a home? Can you afford putting groceries, gas in your car, every 3, 4, 5 days, depending on how much you have to drive? Can you afford that light bill and your medicine? But we just spent $100 million on this war. So Election Day is October 19th. That's the start of early voting, and thank you for passing that information on to you. I want to give you credit. We talked earlier off camera earlier today, so I just want to let you start wherever you want to begin. You can add to that. You could go ahead and shift, and maybe this, because I know so much to cover. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I put myself on the clock, so I'm gonna get you out of here. So I already ate up almost about 15 minutes with the monologue. So I'll let you start where you want to start, but not this Saturday, but next Saturday. There's a huge event. So, but we'll take as much time as you want. You know that. That's why my name is on the show. We talk until you've covered everything you want to talk. So feel free to go right ahead, man.
I love it, Geno. I love it. Thank you so very much, my Chi-Town brother. We come from the hood, South Side.
That's right. Inglewood, stand up. Inglewood, Hyde Park, the Gold Coast. That was
straight up.
That was a strange move from Inglewood, but it was Inglewood before it kind of flipped. It was in transition, actually.
Yeah. Inglewood all up to no good. I don't know. I remember back in the day though, but we used to chase them little honeys, and carrying on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that alone though, because I'm But yeah, thanks for having me on tonight. I really appreciate it. And I know that the monologue that you delivered, it was necessary. It's what people need to hear. They need to be educated. Unfortunately, there's a lot of that rhetoric, the word salads out there, communism, socialism, and everything. And the sad part about it is, when we talk about the issues, the kitchen table issues that you talked about, for anybody that hears and you ask the question, well, how's it affecting you? And they say, I'm not doing too good. Well, the Democrats didn't do that. The Republicans did that. And deciding not to vote is a vote to put them back in and basically to continue your own persecution. That don't make no kind of sense to me. Can't nobody make it make sense, That's like me saying, okay, I'm getting beat down. Let me just stay in the fight and keep getting beat down. Sometimes you got to cut bait and run. And in this case, we don't need to cut bait and run. What we need to do is make sure that we're registered to vote 30 days before the election, which will be October 3rd, is the deadline to get registered. So we got a little bit over a month to get registered 2 months actually to get registered. And then once we get registered, beginning October 19th, early voting, or actually election day, October 19th to October 31st, we need to go vote then. November 3rd is the actual election day. That's the backup day. That's the backup plan. Because then that's for people who are not anticipating that November 3rd might not be the best weather. I know how things work. I'm a pastor. I believe in the devil and his mischief. You mess around on November 3rd, we have snow in South Carolina. And brothers and sisters gonna be like, I'm not going to nobody's poll, standing out there and that, Well,
Or,
you ain't
or,
voted.
or God forbid, and I don't want to speak it, but we have a history of hurricanes in this region too,
Yeah,
and that's kind of like
exactly.
right at the peak season,
Yeah.
season for hurricanes. So it's a lot to lot to think about. Well, I guess November 3rd is not the peak, but it won't be over. So anything could happen. And,
Anything could happen.
and you were talking about running. What we need to do, we need to run to those polls starting October 19th. We need to run to those.
Exactly. Because the voting starts, the first day of voting is October 19th, and that voting is going to run until October 31st. Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5 p.m. There'll be 6 locations open during that period, not in your precinct, but 6 other locations locate. And actually, no matter where you live at, you can vote at any one of those voting locations. Anyone. You
Oh,
live on
really?
Johns Island
Oh,
and
didn't
you
know
just
that.
happen to work downtown, you can vote downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and those are again they open Monday through Friday from 8:30 till 5 p.m. As long as you got your valid South Carolina ID, a valid South Carolina driver's license, and you're a registered voter, you got to be registered before October 3rd. Get to the polls. Take some more people to the polls. Start telling them pastors out there about talking about getting people to the polls right now. It's time to move this needle. We don't have the luxury of playing around in this election cycle. All them kitchen table issues that you just talked about, Geno, are the things that affect and impact us directly. Somebody said that when the world catches a cold, Black people catch the pneumonia, and that's a reality. So if other people are hurting when it comes to economics, when it comes to education, when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to gun violence, if they're hurting in those areas, we got an epidemic going on in our community. And the only way we fix that epidemic is if we take charge of it. And the way to take charge of it is to take charge of the vote and get people in office who are actually going to work for us, that's what they're supposed to do. 23 years the Republicans have been in office. They've never worked for us. They've never worked for us. I'm not gonna roll over like Tim Scott or nothing like that. That's what they do. I come from a different kind of background. We stand up and man up. We don't roll over. And the reality is, though, for all of these years, yes, we've survived, but life is not supposed to be about surviving. Not in the greatest nation in the world. What life is it's not about striving. We should be able to work one job and get paid a decent wage so we can pay our bills to live in a decent house in a decent neighborhood without we should be able to get our children in a public school where our children actually receive a quality public education. Not especially like North Charleston. For the last 15 years, the schools have been the worst in the state, and the schools in our state have been the worst in the nation. We don't have to settle for that. That's survival mode.
And it hadn't worked, and you say it hadn't worked for us. And that us is everybody, include not just folks that look like me and you, Black
Right.
Americans or Hispanic Americans and Native Americans, poor and working class white folks. It hadn't worked for you.
Who take advantage of them socialist benefits too.
Yes. Social Security and Medicare and Medicaid and public
Food
library
stamps.
and public Wi-Fi and the interstate highway and
Yep.
public roads and public
Food.
parks.
Food stamps or EBT,
and
all of it.
and your trash pickup and all those things. It's so funny, folks try to demonize socialism and don't realize that we as Americans, we have been living with the benefits of some form of socialism since FDR.
But we need to look at it honestly, the way it actually is. We paid into those systems.
Yes.
We bought into those systems. And for somebody to say the systems that we paid into that we're not qualified to receive the benefits from because we name it socialism, I don't want to hear that. I paid my money. I want to get a return on my investment. Period.
And I think we should be. I was just say I want y'all to finish your thought because I didn't mean to step on you, but and that's why I said these labels. I I'm really taking it upon myself, and I know some others have done it.
Sure.
Is to like throw these labels out. It's just bullshit.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
bullshit. It don't.
That's all.
Listen, you could call a dog a horse,
Hmm.
but
Yeah,
it's still gonna bark.
yeah, he's still a dog.
It's a dog. So it doesn't matter what you label it or what you call
Mhm.
it. Like I said, can you afford health insurance? Do you take advantage of public Wi-Fi? Do you take I-20? Do you take I-26 or I-526 to go to work every day? Have you taken your children to a public park?
Yeah,
So then understand these labels. People try to demonize things that we all have taken advantage of, and as you said, we look. A lot of folks just got paid. First was Saturday. A lot of folks just got paid. They're FICA in your check, okay? They're taking that money out whether you want it. As a matter of fact, you don't even have any choice. It's coming out of your check.
that's right. That's right. That's right. And the same thing goes for that money that goes into whatever bin it is that pays our politicians. They work for us. Anytime you pay money into a system that pays somebody else off of your money,
That's
they work for us. And until we realize that, until we take control of that, then we're going to continue to have the outcomes that we have. Even amongst the party that I represent, it's been that way for the last 2 decades. And it's time to change that. It's time for the people to take power, take control of their own destiny and their own power by realizing that our politicians are in place, that we give them our vote. Our vote is our capital, and we vote them in order to represent us. I don't care if it's a representative that's Republican or Democrat, independent or other. I don't care. Once they get elected, they work for us. And we need to make sure that they understand that they work for us. That absentee mess, trying to find politicians in Geno, what's their number, leave a message for them, don't get no call back, all of that mess got to stop. It's got to stop. And it's unfortunate that even me, as the chair of the Charleston County Democrats, I've been in the community for many years, and I know the stories. I know because I myself have experienced the same thing. It's time to flip that. But the first thing, though, is to make sure that people in office, even if they have to be forced to keep their word, are the people who will at least speak truth to power about the value system that we believe in, that will talk about reducing gun violence in our community by any means necessary. We'll talk about expanding Medicaid and Medicare so that you don't have to worry about getting sick or going bankrupt because you got sick, or trying to figure out if you could pay your lights or buy your medicine. We need to make sure that we are supporting the people who at least are saying that we need living wages. And by living wage, I don't mean that fight for 15 thing. This is 10, this is 12 years later. We need to be fighting for 25.
At least.
And
At least 25.
at least. And so all of the value systems that we support as Democrats, again, we flawed too, just like everybody else. We flawed too. But that's where that's where it comes in, where the people need to make sure that their voice is being heard. And if they're not, the politicians need to understand that we're going to get rid of you. You're not going to stay in that seat. And we have a school board right now that has ignored us for 4 years. Anything about the people, anything that had to do with public school systems. And let me just say something about public school systems when it comes to Black people or people of color. We benefit exponentially from the public school system when the public school system is being invested in and working properly than any other ethnicity. Our children thrive under the public school system when the system is really invested in, and our educators, our teachers are being invested in, and our principals have the leeway to do the work that they've been gifted to in their hearts. We thrive through that. But the reality is that we have, for the last 4 years, we've had a school board that it has a political agenda that does not include poor Black, brown, and poor children. And when I say poor children, I mean every other ethnicity, other than black and brown children. They don't care. They don't care. And anytime we as parents, as a community, as elders, that we allow this to happen, we allow our children to be set up for failure. We have no reason to be sitting around pointing fingers at them when they are acting out, when they're doing things that kind of embarrass us or whatever, or acting, because we didn't do anything to stop it. Now we have an opportunity, especially here in 2026, because of the slates that we have running. We have people running for office that understand not only us, but understand other ethnicities completely. We get them in office. The one, at least we have a couple of things going. We have people who support the ideals, or at least say they support the ideals that benefit us, the kitchen table issues. We have people who understand not only one perspective, and I'm just going to say it, like white folks understand basically one perspective, their perspective, because they never had to live in black shoes.
Right.
Okay.
In America, they never had to even consider any other perspective.
No, no, and for us as black people in America, from birth, from the womb to the tomb, we had to know white folks. We had to know white culture because we had to live and survive in white culture. So when it comes to that, and our affiliations with our Hispanic community, our Asian American and American community, our Native American communities, we've had to assimilate ourselves into the entire cultural system in America for hundreds of years now. So we kind of understand everybody. We understand the ups and downs and the highs of lows of everybody. So representation is coming from somebody who understands everyone will always trump.
I know, Ben. I'll forgive you, Pastor, for cussing there. That's okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But
who am I to forgive a pastor, right? Yeah, gotta forgive you for cussing. I do worse.
But that kind of experiential history, that kind of heartfelt connection will always supersede or override or trump somebody that has a single tunnel vision focus ethnically or historically. And so here in South Carolina this year, at our top of our slate in South Carolina, man, we have out of the 7 top seats in South Carolina state politics, we have 6 African Americans that are running. And the 7th, who just happened to be white, he's a great guy too. So, and they're all qualified, in many ways. Some would probably say overqualified.
Right. Take a moment.
Mhm.
I'm pausing you. Take a moment
Mhm.
to to whatever level you like to. Just talk about we've had most of them on. We still working on getting Jermaine Johnson on, who's running for governor. He just announced his lieutenant governor. But go ahead and take some time because I know you worked with all of them closely. I know you have been you had either worked or been adjacent to what Dr. Johnson is doing in terms of his ground game, which is very impressive. So take some time to go ahead and, for those who may not know, just give them a little brief introduction about who these people are. And I don't know, Pastor Dixon, I've been saying this, you've heard me say this for a while. I've been doing this show almost 6 years. Right now, we're living in a time right now, it's a simple choice. I said it at the beginning of the monologue. You choose humanity or hate. It's really that simple.
That's right.
Either we're leaning into humanity or hate. Politicians, are they leaning into humanity or hate?
And failure to vote is a vote for hate.
Yes, that part. That part. Thank you.
And it's hate toward us.
Right.
So
and
why would you vote for hate towards yourself?
It's funny you said that. So take some time to go ahead and just kind of give us your take on these candidates, but also stress the importance of make sure that you check your voter registration. I would do that at least on a weekly basis because there's a lot of chicanery, a lot of funny business that's going to be going on, Pastor Dixon. You know as well as I do.
I check mine weekly. I check mine weekly. So if I check mine, I would encourage everybody else to check theirs. And guaranteed on election day, October the 19th, I'm going to get some calls saying, man, they say I can't vote. And did you check your registration? No, I didn't, but I came out here to vote. I'm ready to vote. That's why you have to check it. Go to scvotes.gov, It's just there. Scroll down to check my registration. You answer 5 questions. Click, let it know you're not a robot, and all of your information is going to show up if you're registered. If you're not registered, nothing's going to show up. That means you got to get registered, and you can actually do it right there as long as you got an ID or a South Carolina ID or a South Carolina driver's license. You can do it all right there at scvotes.gov. This amazing slate. First off, let me just say that our state candidates, okay, they are separate from our Washington, D.C. or our congressional candidates.
Okay, good point.
We have 3 congressional candidates here in the Low Country. The first one is running for South Carolina Senate to represent us instead of Lindsey Graham, the late Lindsey Graham. And our Democratic candidate is Dr. Annie Andrews. An excellent person. I've known Dr. Andrews for years, as a matter of fact. Gun violence prevention advocate, stands firm on all of the democratic issues that we face. She's been in this fight for a long time. Let's see. Next, we have our first congressional district candidate, who is Admiral Nancy LaCour.
Yes.
Nancy LaCour is new to the area, but still in all, though, definitely qualified to fill this position against whatever. Who's her? Oh, yes, I know. Former Charleston City Council woman, Jenny Honeycutt, the Republican.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop saying their names because I have a hard time even remember what their names are. Okay, but her candidate, I mean, she's running against the Republican, but she's the first congressional district Democratic candidate for South Carolina Congressional District 1. That's the seat that Joe Cunningham had a few years ago. That's the seat that Nancy Mace had in. Thank God that Nancy Mace is gone. I hope she goes out to pasture somewhere with the pasture, but she'll be all right. Again, Admiral LaCour, she is the one for this job. Then move on to South Carolina Congressional District 6 Congressional District. That's where the Honorable Jim Clyburn is the congressman there, and he's been the congressman there for quite a little while, and he should remain congressman in that position until he decides to move on. So that takes care of our congressional candidates, okay? Those 3 Democrats are running.
On the
Annie
federal
Andrews
level.
for Senate,
Right,
on the federal
right.
on the federal level. Annie Andrews for Senate, Nancy LaCour for South Carolina District 1, and Jim Clyburn, South Carolina District 6. I mean, it's District 6, all on the congressional level, federal level. Get down to the state. I'll start at the top of the ticket with Dr. Jermaine Johnson. And Dr. Jermaine Johnson, he just turned 41. He's running for governor of South Carolina. He's an African-American, College of Charleston graduate, played 4 years ball, hooping at College of Charleston, left to play some professional ball, wound up ultimately in South America. I believe he was playing ball there. Got back here. He got his bachelor's degree at College of Charleston, and he got his doctor's degree. In 2020, he ran for South Carolina House of Representatives and won. So now that was 2020. That was 6 years ago. So he's 41 now. That means he was 35 years old when he won a seat in the South Carolina House of Representatives. Oh, and he ain't scared. He ain't scared at all. But when we look at his history, you know, I just talked about understanding us. When we look at his history and Dr. Johnson's history, and he's running for governor, he's been homeless in his life.
Wow.
He lost a brother to gun violence. He lost another sibling somewhere along the way. He speaks fluent Spanish. He's the only candidate that I know in this entire race, not just the gubernatorial, but throughout the state, who speaks fluent Spanish too, because he lived in South America among the Hispanic population, the Latino population. And he has kinfolk that all they speak is Spanish.
Wow.
So when it comes to relating to people, understanding, he knows about ramen noodles, okay?
Yeah.
He knows about being a starving college student. And he also knows, though, that in order for us to get anywhere, it's going to take us collectively to get there. And not just Democrats, but also for Republicans to actually wake up and understand that there is a better day. can't keep talking about a better day and not experiencing a better day. We can actually make this happen. But that's Dr. Jermaine Johnson. He's our Democratic candidate for governor. He just picked his running mate, his governor running mate, my good friend Sam Scardon. Sam was the former chair of the Charleston County Democratic Party. He was my predecessor, actually. And Sam ran for South Carolina Senate the same year that Jermaine won the House representation. Sam ran in 2020 for Senate for District 41. And he should have won that race because we wouldn't have the clown in there that's in there right now. I'm not going to mention no names, but we should have had Sam in there. But still in all, though, great choice that Dr. Johnson has made for his running mate, for his lieutenant governor. Sam, let me just speak from a Black perspective. Sam worked as an aide in Congressman John Lewis's office for several years.
Oh, wow. That I didn't know.
He knows a little bit about good trouble.
And I've met him several times, but I did not know he worked with the late Congressman John Lewis. I did not know.
Yes. His desk was like right there in the office. Yeah. And he made such I guess the congressman made such an impression on him. You know, Sam and his wife, Leslie. Leslie is our Charleston County councilman, City of Charleston councilwoman. It's his wife, and they had twins. I think the twins are maybe 3 years old, something like that, a few years ago. And he named the two boys after Reverend James Lawson and Congressman John Lewis.
Wow.
His boys are named Lawson and Lewis.
Wow.
After two Black civil rights leaders.
Wow, that's powerful. I did not know that.
Yeah. Sam straight. I'm happy to see him being selected as Dr. Johnson's running mate. We can move down from there. We got my other friend, Jason Belton. He's running for Secretary of State, which is, I guess you would call that the third position in all of this. Secretary of State. I've been working with Jason for a long time. We partnered up in Tom Steyer's campaign and along with Brandon Upson and others at that time. But we've been working together now a good, I'd say 10 years or so with Jason Belton. Beyond Jason Belton, we have running for Superintendent of Education, Sylvia Wright.
Yep.
Sylvia's phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal. First off, she's put foot in not only in every county, but walked most of the county that she's put foot in. 46 counties, she's covered it all, probably about twice over now. I've never seen this much energy from somebody. But then, folks will say, oh, well, if she wins, she's going to be a DEI. Nah, she's overly qualified for this job. And let me just tell y'all something, especially for those that are familiar with North Charleston. She's a North Charleston grad. What am I looking for?
She graduated from North Charleston High, is she?
Listen, she graduated from North Charleston Middle School, North Charleston High School.
Oh, wow.
She graduated from Fort. She graduated from Fort Dorchester.
Oh, Fort Dorchester, okay.
Yeah, Fort Dorchester. And went on. She's got a degree from, I believe, from College of Charleston or Citadel, but she's definitely qualified in this position. More qualified, definitely, than the lady that she's running against, the Republican she's running against, who went and purchased a doctor's degree or something like that, some kind of degree, when she ran the last time. I ain't never seen nobody get a degree in 3 months. I had to scratch my head. But when you got it like that, you got it like that. But Sylvia's worked for hers. And it's obvious. And her plans, everything deal with everything, like starting from with early childhood education, expanding opportunities for parents to be able to access their education and to help with their children's education. She's got an amazing platform talking about conflict resolution in schools and actually addressing the issue of school safety from the inside out, addressing the bullying issues. When was the last time you heard anybody on the statewide school level or even in the county level addressing the issue of bullying.
No,
Bullying you have
Yeah.
it. It's been happening in our schools right and left every day, but they never address it. She's, as superintendent, she says that's part of her top 3 is addressing that. So yeah, let me move right along. Let's see, for Secretary of Treasury, we got Vincent Coe. Uh, the qualifications, they never cease for him, for the Comptroller General candidate, Democratic candidate Tiffany Boozer. Tiffany Boozer. And then we have a young man who's running for Commissioner of Agriculture. Now, that's dealing with farming and everything. A black dude, Deshaun Blanding. I should have just said Deshaun. You probably would have figured out the rest of it. But so quality. I'm so impressed when I talk to all of them about their knowledge and understanding of not only just the issues, but their particular field of endeavor within those issues.
Yeah.
Totally qualified. And I believe like Deshaun is going to revolutionize and bring respect to not only to the farmer, period. And I'm not talking about any kind of ethnicities, along with the expansion of cannabis production here. And I know that we have we even with the gubernatorial candidates and other candidates, most are in favor of decriminalize low level cannabis. So and definitely medicinal cannabis. So there's one more. My good friend Richard Rissick. Richard is the only white one out of the 7. Okay. But Richard got a little soul in him. Richard is an amazing person. And first off, let me just tell you about him. He's one of those that has taken up the cause of the 3 women who were killed over in Hollywood. He's represented one part of the family there, and he's the pit bull of legal representation for them that has not stopped a day since this happened, working on behalf of that family. And he's not going to stop. I've seen him stand up in spaces where people were afraid to speak out without any hesitation, without any reservation. When people were in need, I've seen him come to their aid. He's a former Charleston County Democratic Party chair also.
Okay.
Yeah, Richard Rissick. But here's what's different about Richard, right? Richard is not taking any money to run.
Wow.
No money in his campaign. He said he refused to. He said he had to open up a bank account. You have to open up a bank account. And he put his initial deposit, I guess $100 to open it up. And he says the day after the election, when he wins this, he wants to close that account and get whatever it is left, minus the monthly fee they take out. Give me the rest of my money back. He said, because he's not taking any, he's not just not taking corporate money or PAC money, he's not taking any money.
Wow. So he's self-funding.
He's not even spending his money. He's just, other than to get around, to go here, to go there, and talk to people. He's talking to people and encouraging other people to talk to other people. That's what his campaign is about.
And which office is he running for?
He's running for Attorney General.
That's what.
He's running for the office that Alan Wilson is vacating. Now, most of us, especially as people of color in South Carolina, we don't have no good feeling about Alan Wilson, who is running against Jermaine Johnson for governor. Let me just put that out there. So we already know who we need to stand with. But Richard is running for Attorney General in order to address things like the illegality of like payday lending and wrongful debt collection processes, the things that we are impacted by daily, righting the wrong. And he says that he's dead set on making these things happen, and without fundraisers and begging people for money and all of that. It's just about getting that conversation about. Got to have him on the show.
Well, no. Well, listen. Wait, please make that call, because I've had everybody else on, except for Sam was just announced, but I did see Sam last week. So, but you can reach out to Sam, and he's got my number, but tell him he needs to reach out to me so we can get him on ASAP. And the brother that's running for the agriculture. Deshaun
Blanding.
Blanding, yes. Yeah, as a matter of fact, we got you from I had Brandon Upson on, and shout out to Nicola. So they've been working setting up the interviews. So outside of Jermaine and Brother Blanding, and now with of course with Sam Scarton, and then so
Then
Richard, what's his name again?
Rissick.
Rissick. Yeah,
Rissick.
yeah, brother
Like
Rissick.
Rissick.
All right.
Rissick.
So
But
Pastor
it's
Dixon's
but
got my
it's
cell. So yeah, you
HRICK.
get that number, so he'll call you all, so we can get you on ASAP. Look, I know I've run over with you. I appreciate it. I always love our conversations, and we are, I always learn so much more. And I know my viewers do too. But before you get out of here, I want you to talk about this a big event that's happening a week from this Saturday. So take some time to let everybody know why it's so important and why they need to be there and support this event.
Right. So on Saturday, August 15th, we're going to have our Charleston County Democratic Party 2026 midterm gala and fundraiser. Just it's going to be a fun evening. We got that term gala in there, right? And everybody think stuffed shirt, suit, tie.
Yeah, right.
Y'all know I don't roll like that. That ain't how I do it. So what we're doing, we're saying casual, comfortable, and clean.
I like that.
Come on out. All of our candidates, our state slate, our federal candidates, our local candidates, county candidates, all are pledged to come that night from 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock p.m. First off is at the Royal Family Life and Banquet Center at Royal Missionary Baptist Church. But that night from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock is a mix and mingle. So all of the candidates will be there. Everybody that is coming, come on in, have conversations, talk to people, and talk to the candidates and everything up close and personal. You get to meet Dr. Jermaine Johnson in person, and all the rest of those that are running. Dr. Andrews will be there. Admiral LaCour. The whole slate up and down the ticket will be there, and that's from 5 until 6. 6 o'clock will start the dinner and the gala part. We're not gonna do a whole bunch of speakers and all of that because we got like 25 or more people running for office, and I don't want nobody to get bored. So we got some great food, some soul food. I'm gonna say that, but we'll at 6 o'clock we'll start the actual gala part, and we do have. Dr. Jermaine Johnson is going to be our keynote speaker that night. Not only that, he's going to be introduced by the youngest House representative youngest person elected to the House of Representatives in South Carolina, CNN commentator and author Bakari Sellers. So Bakari is going to be interviewing him. I hear people always they say, "Well, he didn't support him in the primary." Well, that's what primaries are for. Now that the primary is over, I asked Bakari without hesitation. Bakari said, "I'll be there," to support Jermaine Johnson, and that's what it's supposed to be all about. We have one more speaker that we're going to have for that during that period. Between I guess 7 to 8, something like that, and he's an 18-year-old.
Wow.
His name is Zuriel. I have a hard time pronouncing his last name, but his name is Zuriel, and Zuriel is listen. We can pin possible presidential candidate on him. Okay, somewhere along the way. This guy's got it going on. But also then from 8 o'clock until 9, and that's why I say come comfortable, definitely come comfortable from 8 o'clock until 9. That's when the dancing gonna start, okay? Because we're gonna do some dancing. We got DJ Cass in the house, and we got the Flow Easy line dance crew that's coming in to assist us. They're not just going to be like leading the pack, but some of us that got 2 left feet, a little rhythmically challenged like myself, might need a little guidance on the line dancing and everything. So we're gonna do some dancing. We're gonna have some good food, good music, fun times, and this is the kickoff point, August 15th from 5 o'clock until 9 o'clock at Royal Life Banquet and Life Center. Is the kickoff for the season that's going to take us into the October 19th first day of voting right on through November 3rd, last day of voting, and victory on November 4th. And we're going to make a stop in around the last week of September in North Charleston again, right at the Starlight, I believe it's going to be for what we call the Blue Jam. It's an outdoor festival, and we hope that everybody comes out. We just going to have, we're going to listen, we're going to win in 2026, and we're going to smile all the way through it. We'll let them other people be all mean and sourpuss like they've been sucking on lemons.
Right.
And carrying on.
And that's Saturday night, August 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So let everybody know where they can get tickets. Now, you'll probably be the MC, I know, but, listen, if you need a backup, because I'm the king of MCs, so.
I know. Yeah, tickets are available through our Act Blue. You can actually go to my Facebook page, either my Facebook, any of my Facebook pages, and you can find access to our Act Blue account. Tickets are $100 each. But it's going to be well worth the investment. And it is an investment. It's an investment in our candidates. A lot of our lower level, especially our lower level candidates, don't have a lot of money, and they need things like yard signs or whatever. And usually the people who ask me about yard signs are the ones who never give anything. So now you got a chance to put something in and get a good evening, get a good meal, get to meet the candidates and everything. And then we in turn are going to help them get some of the materials that they're really going to need in order to emerge victorious on November the 4th, which is going to happen.
Right. And because Election Day begins in South Carolina on October 19th. That's right. And it ends on November 3rd.
That's it.
So y'all remember that. Pastor Thomas Dixon, man, we love you, brother. We appreciate you. So we'll see you or one of the surrogates come back on next week and let us know how the ticket sales are going. Regardless, come back on just to remind everybody it's important that if they haven't gotten their tickets, and look, folks get paid on the 15th, or that 14th, so it may be a last-minute rush. So, man, y'all need to pop on maybe next Thursday or Friday. Say, all right, payday. Well, y'all need to go to Act Blue and go ahead and get that card out.
Look, I'll make room for them. Yeah. I'll make room for them. If it's sold out, we'll find some way to fix it.
There we go. Yeah. Well, if it's sold out, the candidates themselves still need support, so they could just go ahead from Jermaine Johnson's campaign. You got a whole slate of campaigns.
Absolutely.
Spread it out. Spread it out. So, all right.
Because the big money folk ain't helped us.
That's right. Pastor Thomas Dixon, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Continue to be blessed, man.
And you too.
All right. That's my dude right there, Pastor Thomas Dixon. Always. All right, listen, thank you, everybody. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. So do me a solid right now. Before the show ends, I need you to click on that thumbs up button right now. Share, copy and paste the link. Copy and paste and share this episode. You can copy and paste the link or just click share and share it on any and everybody's platform you know. Share, and subscribe. If they haven't subscribed, tell them to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. And you can support my media company and the show financially using Zelle, Geno Jones Show. If you want to be a sponsor, Geno Jones Show at Gmail. All one word, no the. Geno Jones Show at Gmail. Love to have you as a sponsor. Or if you just want to support the show financially, no amount is too small or too large. Or you can Cash App, support that way the show financially. $ Dad G Jones, $ capital D, lowercase a d, capital G, capital J, lowercase ONES. All right, we'll see you Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. I'll holler. Thanks for watching.
When Geraldine and I tell our girls about growing up in the 80s and 90s, it's like talking about a whole different planet.
We used to play outside till the street lights came on.
We drank straight out of the water hose, ran everywhere, explored, got lost, got hurt, busted our knees, our heads, and our butts. Nobody knew where we were, what we were doing, or who we were with.
I'm Chris Jones. I'm a rocket scientist, a minister, and a girl dad. And I have a theory about why childhood and everything else feels different now. because gravity hasn't changed, but the price of a trip to the hospital has.
Blue jeans, Jordans, gas, groceries, and health insurance.
Everything is more expensive, and it's scaring us out of risk, innovation, and the joy of life itself. It was more affordable to fall, to fail, to get back up. And our parents trusted America enough to let us run free.
Bankruptcy was for gamblers and crooked real estate developers.
Not middle-class families, not teachers, not cancer patients.
I'm running for Congress because the fall of the American working class wasn't an accident. It was a political decision. Meet my congressman, French Hill, the most powerful banker in America.
He's my opponent, but he's your problem too. He chairs the Financial Services Committee and fights anything that looks like consumer protection. The law to limit overdraft fees to $5.
This is a change that could save American households $5 billion in overdraft charges every year.
French Hill killed it. Yep, they even found a way to make being broke more expensive.
If there's anybody who's got to go, it's him. I'm blessed. I studied hard, earned 2 degrees from Morehouse College, then 2 masters and a PhD from MIT. I married my best friend, who's a combat veteran and an ER doctor. God gave us 3 beautiful daughters, and along that journey, I earned the votes of 319,000 Arkansans who believe we deserve better.
I have good news for you. You can still go outside till the street lights come on. We call it organizing.
Just you and a few friends fighting for your freedom, standing up for each other.
We have 12 months to win this election.
We have a poll that makes this a 1-point race and a grassroots organization that has been growing for 3.5 years.
This district is full of fighters. We're doing the hard work, and we need you to join us.